Greetings, YouTube. It is I, Karma, coming at you with another video from Total Brohammer. This one's a little fun one against Rule Mool, where I brought the Slayers. Yes, we have taken the oath, and we plan to see it fulfilled this day. Or, well, I guess hopefully. Do Slayers want to lose? Like, I know they want to die, but I guess they still want to win, yeah? I mean, they don't want the battle to go against them, right? Why bother fighting? Why not just kill yourself? I guess you need the glory, but I don't know. Slayer philosophy, little strange, a little confusing. Anyways, we'll start the game off. We'll just go at regular speed while I do a quick army comps, my least favorite part of the battle, because there is some posturing here. So it's a cool little battle. So I wanted to bring a Slayer army, and I think this is actually not a uncompetitive. Like, okay, it's flavorful, but it's also not an uncompetitive build against Skaven because the thing about the Slayers is that they have no armor, but there's nothing on the Skaven that have armor piercing with armor, with the exception of halberdiers, and halberdiers are garbage, right? Their stats are pretty terrible, so no one's going to bring halberdiers generally against dwarves. So you have to worry about that. They might bring storm vermin with the sword and board, but they have such low armor piercing value, so it's also kind of a risk. Like, it would be really an outside meta pick, I think, like maybe more than one or two. So Slayers in this battle, I mean, they'll chop through the chaff, they'll probably trade decently with plague monks, and sensor bearers they'll have trouble with, but that's why I have the backline of archers. So it's a Slayer build mixed with some miners, mixed with some rangers. Not a single dwarf warrior or longbeard on this battle line or hammer in this army. So what I've got, I've got two regular miners just to be in the front to soak up the first initial charge, and then I have four blasting charges. The idea being they'll hit the chaff as they charge into this to my chaff. And then I have four Slayers, one Dragonback variety, and the other ones are all chevroned up as high as they could. A couple of them have maybe, two of them have 8, one of them have 9, so their stats are quite high. We're talking 45, 44, and 48, which is really crazy, and then of course they never break. So they're pretty solid units. Of course I have a Runesmith and Ungrim Iron Fist, the Slayer King, to lead his Slayers. As you can see here, just to show what's going on, so my opponent started over here, I started over here, we're moving back and forth, blah, 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 doing a little dance. Again, there's a lot of posturing, so works while we the thing here. My opponent, meanwhile, brought a huge horde, a lot of Skaven slaves here, a bunch of clan rats, some slingers, which I was like, whoa, interesting pick, because they'll be garbage against everything except for Slayers, and my army is a lot of Slayers, so slingers are pretty garbage because they do like 11 damage or something silly, 10 damage. So against armor, that's like virtually 0. But against Slayers, it'll do okay, especially because there's like 100 of them, I think, in the unit. Yeah, 105. So against Slayers, it won't do terribly. But what's really cool here is my opponent I was like, why are you moving? Let's just get this fight on with what's going on here, buddy. I wanted to, make sure we were out in the open so we didn't take too much. That's pretty cool, little gun blast here. He's getting these laser beams on my mining blasting charges. That's pretty cool. Basically does no damage, but it hit these guys a little bit, which is nice. But yeah, it's like, what is my opponent doing? I didn't realize, because these guys are hidden, so he's moving, and he has concealment bombs. So he's all these Death Runners moving around the flank, which is really cool. He gets a good laser beam in here. It didn't pop up here on my screen either, which was kind of annoying. There, that one popped, so I saw it and I dodged, but that one didn't show, so I took some serious hurt on that. But meanwhile, so we're charging, our lines are meeting. I had no idea these guys were here. It was just such a savvy play. It was really cool. These Death Runners coming from the flank. They just sort of, because with concealment bombs, they pretty much like appear right there. Yeah, see? They just became uncovered over here. It's like, oh shit. So I see that happening. I'm like, okay, I quickly get all my Buckman's Rangers too, instead of focusing down the front line, which is just chaff. And my miners should be okay. I'm like, all right, everyone turn, and this is the real fight, because this is a very dangerous army, because these guys are super fast at like 48 speed, and they take away armor. Not that it's gonna matter against my Slayers, but so I bring the Dragonback Slayers over here, and they're gonna help fight. I have Bugman's Rangers. I've marked by Ulfar. Someone's marked by Ulfar. Someone does get marked by Ulfar. I just having all my guys just trying to secure this flank. I'm getting hit by laser beams. I don't catch that one. My opponent's just constantly propping those. He does have 2 Death Glow Bombardiers, so they're just lobbing into these miners. I don't mind. They're holding up a lot of the chaff. Over here, Ungrim. Slow it down for a moment. Ungrim is fighting Quick Headtaker, who is the leader of the other army, alongside, I think they have 2, what are these ones called? Warlock Engineers. And I think they have, so they're doing damage. What do those abilities do? I forget what those abilities do. It's been a long time since I played Skaven. Yeah, so they do, right, so Warp Lightning is a solid spell. He brought the little Doom Rocket, which he shot off earlier. Warpstone Armor, which is just like a Living Mortis engine, which is quite solid. And then Musk of Fear. So a lot of good utility out of these guys, and they're just going to make it easier to win these fights. He brought 2 of them, so they're just going to be constantly popping those laser beams from the sky. But meanwhile, I have been able to fend off this. You can see the Dragon Slayers did crazy good against these Death Runners. Over here, the Slayers are training pretty decently against these guys, alongside the fire from all these archers in range. I brought Luthar's Raiders in case I had to fight Screaming Bell, because they do have pretty high armor value. Over here, Ungrim is not doing as well as I'd like against Queek. I thought he would. What are the stat comparisons? Let's slow down again. What are the stat comparisons between these fellas? So Queek has more armor. He's getting hit. Oh, I hit him with the hammer of Damak, the hammer of Karak. So 70, 35, 430. He's got normally. So he does have worse stats. Oh, he does have a bonus for his infantry. So maybe that helps. Yeah, I guess with the bonus for infantry does make him a better duelist in this battle. But anyways, yeah, so Queek is pretty surrounded here by 2 heroes and a little blob, but he's not going down as fast as I would. Meanwhile, the Skaven horde is doing all right, but I was able to get my Slayers in right in the back line. They were fighting on the flank. They came around. I'm just charging these Lobadiers. Not that they're too dangerous, but I don't, they're faster. We'll be able to kill them. They're expensive, and it's bringing the whole horde back, which I don't mind. Meanwhile, over here, yeah, you can see it's a really close fight. I see this laser beam coming down, so I move out the thing, and I'm like, all right, Ungrim, you and your honor guard of Runesmith have to take down Queek Headtaker. He's got all this Verminous Valor. He's got this. Oh, he's got the Dwarf Gouger, so that's going to do a lot of damage. Stand your ground. So it's a really tooth and nail fight here between Ungrim and Queek. Meanwhile, we were able to fend off all these Death Runners. They have regrouped back here, but I'm sending my Ultimate Raiders to deal with them. It's just a hectic fight. I have some Slayers in the background. The back line here, again, trying to push their back lines. But this is really what it came down to. I mean, look how close this battle is. Look how close this fight is. Let's slow it down one last time. So you have 628 each HP versus 616. So a really even fight. Without the Runesmith, it would have been... I mean, oh, he trophy-headed the Runesmith. That was probably a misclick. Had he trophy-headed Ungrim, that probably would have been it. Because the Runesmith's not going to be able to do any damage to him. And he wouldn't be able to kill him. So yeah, that was probably a misclick. That's unfortunate. Because Dwarf, Gouger, and Trophy-head, he would have taken Ungrim down. But Ungrim, luckily, is able to come out of that fight. The Slayer King lives to slay another day. And Queek is getting chased off at this point. And I'm like, all right, if we can get Queek out of here, that'll be great. And I also don't want Ungrim to die, so I'm sending them over there. Meanwhile, yeah, my guys are getting leeched by the Warlock Engineer, but their army is in pretty much a full rout. They're going to come back and forth. A lot of it's just clan rats and Skaven slaves. But again, my Slayers will fight to the end. And again, the good thing about the Rangers is that their stats aren't terrible. I mean, just to look at their stats here, we're talking 24, 38, 31. That is far better than Skaven slaves. So even in melee, they'll pretty much kill Skaven slaves. The Skaven slaves have far more health, 6,000 to 4,000, but in general, they'll do quite well. He is bringing laser beams down on me. He's getting me here and there. I'm trying to move out of the way in time, but you just can't quite get there. He does fuck up some dwarves there. Look at these poor bastards. And they're bugmans too, so they do heal, but I think there's no healing with this guy's ailment. I don't think no amount of bugman's gonna bring him back. But over here, we're now collapsing. A ton of his units retreated into the forest, and I just let them go, and then of course they will come back as they're known to do. He is trying to mob my Runesmith, which is not a bad idea, but I don't think they'll be able to kill the Runesmith. Their stats are super low. Warlock Engineers 25 and 32 is pretty weak, especially with that armor. They have armor piercing. Yeah, they do have armor piercing, so maybe they could kill him. But anyways, yeah, all these Slayers are in here, and again, they will not retreat. He is bringing laser beams down upon laser beam upon laser beam. These lightning from the sky, this green lightning, but yeah, we're getting into fights over here. My Bugman's Rangers are able to clean these guys up because they have even higher melee stats. Yeah, 30, 26. Armor piercing is useless, but still. But the thing is, the Slayers won't retreat. I mean, even though it's still balanced in the balance bar, my Slayers are just not going to run. There's no way he can swing the battle with any sort of quick move or sort of like a fell swoop, so to speak. But meanwhile, his army is prone to running, so sort of a mass rout we're going to see here. I mean, he does have a lot of leadership, but other than the leadership, they're all kind of fucked. I mean, these guys are still fighting, but they'll get shot down. And basically, momentum just starts to push against the breakable army, whereas mine is like a vampire dwarf army, unbreakable. We don't even crumble. We fight till the last man. And you can see, look at this little dwarf guy. Look at him go. I like him. He's my favorite. Reggie the dwarf. And yeah, so that's all she wrote. So yeah, it was a really fun build. I liked it a lot, the little Slayer build, and I actually think it's quite viable. I don't know, competitive meta, but I think it's good. Ooh, that was my work email. But I think it's cool because what you're going to see, I think, in a lot of these bad matchups with Skaven against Dwarves is you're going to see a lot of Screaming Bells and Doom Wheels, just because they're so effective, right? I mean, what do Dwarves have against Doom Wheels and Screaming Bells? Virtually nothing, except for a Thane, I guess, because you can pin the Doom Wheels. But even then, it's a tall order. So you're going to see a lot of Doom Wheels. You're going to see a lot of Scream Bells in general in very competitive meta builds. So the Slayers will perform well against Screaming Bells and Doom Wheels. They're not going to take, because they're not super high mass, or not super like clumped up rather. So on the charge, they don't take too much damage. And when they do surround, they just melt those units, even though they don't do such great armor piercing value. But and I wonder if, you know, with the rank 9s, the ranked up as they are, I think they would even be more effective. And then of course, you have Bugman's Rangers to help take down some of those units too, especially with Marked by Ulthar, and you know, these guys will do all right. So I think this build isn't totally just gimmicky. I think it's generally more than just a flavor. I think it could be useful. They'll also naturally trash Rat Ogres, like they'll just murder them in moments, especially with combined firepower from Bugman's Rangers. I think it could work. You have these guys to take down elite units. You have these guys to help take down the elite units, like Plague Monk Sensor Bears. And then if they need to get in and mix it up with the Clan Rats of the Chaff, they have no problem with that. Yeah. So I'd like to, I'll try it again another time. But it was just a fun battle. The Slayers proved victorious. We were unable to fill our oaths, except for a bunch of these guys. They have filled their oaths. But you can see 175 kills, 125 kills, just chopping through. Again, all those chevrons were from before. The miners did what miners had to do. 72 kills is a ton, even though it's against probably garbage units, but still. Yeah, so really good game to my opponent. It was a really fun one. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you around the bend.